In many cases, it's likely that you'll want to introduce Compose into existing apps. In these scenarios, as tempting as it may be, you likely won't be rewriting every single screen in your apps to use Jetpack Compose. To help with this migration, the Compose framework contains a class known as the ComposeView, which allows you to use Composables directly inside of your existing Android UI toolkit layouts. This allows you to incrementally start adding Compose to your app in a way that works best for your project and your team. The ComposeView is an Android view class located inside of the Compose UI package. At a first glance, this looks just like any other view that we might come across when working with the Android UI toolkit. The ComposeView exposes a set content function which can be used to assign a composable to this Android view class. Yep, you heard that right. ComposeView is an Android view that we can use to display composables inside of. The great thing is that because this is just another view, we can pretty much use it in a similar way to which we have been using existing Android views inside of our apps. Because the ComposeView is almost like any other Android view that we might be currently using inside of our Android apps, this means that we can add this view to any of our XML layouts. Now, due to the nature of this view and how it's used to display composable UI, there are no custom attributes that can be used to control anything around composables. By adding this to an XML layout, we are essentially adding an empty placeholder which acts as a holder for composables. So instead, a composable needs to be applied programmatically using the setContent function of the ComposeView. When this is done, the content body inside of our setContent function will be used to compose the UI of our ComposeView. Now, it might not always be the case that we want to place a ComposeView inside of an XML layout. In these scenarios, we can add the ComposeView programmatically, just like we would do with any existing Android view class. The behavior and configuration of the ComposeView in this scenario would then remain exactly the same as when added via an XML layout. Using the setContent function to assign a composable to the ComposeView. Being able to do this programmatically opens up opportunities in other parts of our codebase too. So for example, outside of adding the ComposeView to an existing layout, we might want to do something such as returning it as the view for a fragment instead of inflating a layout. As we can see from these previous examples, the ComposeView empowers us to add composables to existing Android UI toolkit layouts, both programmatically or using XML. So, whether you're looking to incrementally migrate parts of the UI before diving deep into larger Compose migrations, building a new feature, or adding to an existing feature with Compose and looking to slot that into an existing layout, or utilize a component that isn't quite supported by Compose yet. The ComposeView allows for this incremental approach to Compose adoption. So, if you're looking to add composables inside of an existing Android layout, be sure to check out the ComposeView to help support your migration. For more information on the ComposeView, please check out Compose Academy.